Our next delegates is Erin Fabello and David Haynes.
Hello.
Hello.
Good day, City Council and City staff. Thank you for having me here today. My name is Erin, and I'm a member of ACORN's Hamilton chapter and a tenant in Ward 3. I'm here to tell my story and ask for help and kindly ask the city to take action against the renoviction crisis we are facing. I live in a junior one-bedroom at 65 Sanford Avenue South. It's a 4-story walk-up with a washer and dryer in the basement. It's not too big of a unit, not too small. It's a glorified bachelor with walls that I call home. It's also my workspace, as I work from home full-time. My rent was $650 when I moved in, and I currently pay $711.35 a month. My landlord of 8 months wants me out. He wants me to move out of my rental unit of nearly 8 years and end my tenancy on July 31st so he can perform renovations, which he doesn't even have the permits for. Leave a building I have called home since September 2015. A building where my neighbors are also my friends. A building I took care of and cleaned for 5 years prior to the transfer of ownership in July of last year. A building that is now being neglected along with the tenants who live there. In the last 8 months, we've been served 2 N13s, 2 low cash buyout offers. The first was for $3K if we move within 3 months, and a second offer of $5K if we move within 3 months again. Most recently, an L2 was filed against us online with the LTB. I got the notification Friday at 2 a.m. 3 weeks ago, when we received our second N13s, there were money orders attached which amounted to 3 months' rent. Mine was for $2,134.02, what I currently pay, not current market value. These are tactics straight out of the renoviction handbook. What we have not been provided with in that time is a clean building to live in, or an owner and property manager that cares about its tenants or the conditions they're currently living in. However, there's plenty of mounting anxiety, fear, stress, and depression to go around. The after-hours emergency number we have been provided with is no good. Last September, after a tenant was assaulted on property by a trespasser who had keys to the front door, we called them, only to discover that the number belongs to a husband and wife with no affiliation to our owner or property manager. All cleaning stopped in July when the new property management took over. The only thing being taken care of is the garbage and recycling. Please understand, this building was my baby, and I put a lot of work into keeping it clean and tidy for everyone, even investing my own money into its upkeep. Our halls remain filthy 8 months later. The floors are in dire need of mopping, and the doors need to be washed, amongst other things. As far as how this is affecting me, I am in crisis mode and have been since last summer. Managing my own mental health issues and keeping my emotions regulated is next to impossible. There is no light at the end of the tunnel I am currently walking through. I have little to no hope left for a resolution that favors us, the tenants, the people facing possible displacement. And I can't help but wonder if the people I pass on the street, people living in tents outside of the Y on McNabb, were once like me, employed with a roof over their head, paying affordable rent, displaced by uncaring landlords whose only concern is the almighty dollar. I also can't help but question whether or not there's some connection between ongoing renovations and the other crisis Hamilton is currently facing regarding opioid addiction, homelessness, and mental health issues. We're in a state of emergency. There is no fixing one problem without addressing the other. Homelessness will continue to rise. ACORN is asking for bold action on the renoviction crisis. Please help. I was supposed to speak with someone, but they couldn't be here, so it's just me. And I am done. Thank you for letting me speak.
Thank you, Erin. Erin, we have Councillor Nan who would like to ask you a couple of questions.
Thank you, through you, Chair. Thank you, Erin, for coming in and sharing your story. As a Ward 3 resident, your story and your experience in this context of my office is one that I'm hearing far too often and have been since 2018. So if I could just, what I understood from you was that up until a year ago, a summer, like July last year?
Correct.
Up until that period of time, were all the issues consistently being handled as a responsible landlord in terms of the things that you're identifying now since the new ownership that are being neglected? So was it a problem before, or is it a problem since the ownership change?
It was a slight problem prior to that. Our previous property manager as well, and owner, they like to use the tenants for any kind of repairs around the building, cheap labor, people. We do have people in disability in our building as well. So of course they, would love to get, $40 for a couple of hours work. So half of the repairs in our building that were done were pretty much nothing professional. It was all, people just looking at guides online, maybe, I don't know. But the cleaning was constantly being done. I was on top of that. And now, we can't get anybody out to mop the floors. We've had break-ins into the unit across the hall from me, which is empty. People breaking into squat, use drugs. Took them about a month to come out and actually lock up the unit and seal the window properly.
Thank you. And so to focus now on, since ownership has changed through you, Chair, and the practice of trying to push current tenants out, and you mentioned there was 2 buyout offers. You mentioned one of them, and I apologize, I didn't take notes quickly enough. You described them as low offer buyouts.
Correct.
Do you feel you're being pushed out and being, is the attempt underway right now, renoviction?
Absolutely, I do believe that. $3,000 isn't enough to cover first and last month rent and moving expenses, and $5,000, no, it's a slap in the face to us. I've been living there 8 years. For someone, it blows my mind that someone can just come along in 8 months and just say, hey, I don't want you here anymore. You're not welcome. My money is no longer good for this man. I guess.
Thank you. Thank you for coming in to delegate and share your story. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, Erin.